Everything, everyone, every situation has a context. But perspective can change the nature of how we experience that context. And something I've noticed working in the fields of leadership and coaching is that when context is fully explored, when it's deliberately activated and powerfully communicated, really amazing things can happen. We see real engagement taking place, not pretend engagement or happy-clappy engagement. We see very stuck situations in relationship, in performance. They can loosen and transform. Suppressed energy is released, and I think generally people connect with a greater sense of wanting more meaning and purpose in their life. And for me, the art of creating meaningful context really does verge on alchemy. Because context can change minute by minute, it's really difficult to provide a formula or a recipe or a tick list that's relevant to every single scenario. But what seems to be a universal principle is presence. Being fully present with your own truthful assessment of the situation, because before setting a context for anyone else, it's really important to do it for yourself first. There's the practical side of things, which is really important. What's my brief? What's my goal? What's my deadline? What are the limitations? What are the resources that I can draw on? And what do other people expect? And a big bit of that is, why am I doing this? Why do I find myself in this situation? Then there's the emotional side of things, which I think is the bit that often gets missed out. What do I feel about this situation and this opportunity truthfully? Both the light and the dark, both are equally important. Am I in a state of judgment or censor? Or am I in a state of openness? And then there's the people around me. What's their emotional condition? And how can I harness those emotions for the greater good? And I think there's two slightly more unusual angles. There's the historical perspective. I think it's great to think about what's brought us to this point collectively. What's the journey been? What's been explored? What's been sacrificed? What's been learned? And then the other side of that is the future. I think it's great to consider, how could this situation, this opportunity, alter the path that I'm on, and how I feel about myself and my life. So having and communicating a context that is meaningful and purposeful really is the antithesis of spin and manipulation. I think people these days are so finely attuned to being manipulated or being spun a yarn. It really doesn't get any kind of positive response. What we're talking about here is being real, being truthful, being authentic, and really being human.